Now I will start the session. Welcome all of you. Myself Manish Arora, faculty member, Department of Applied Art, Faculty of Visual Art, Banaras Hindu University, and coordinator, Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell, Institution Innovation Council, Banaras Hindu University. Now this is the third and fourth module of this session running in association with Atal Incubation Center, Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University. I am welcoming to Mr. Prashant ji, manager from AICBHU, and Mr. Sagar Anand ji, one of our guest speaker here, for today's session on learn startup and minimum viable product business boot camp or mentoring session. Welcome both of you, and I'm requesting you to please start your session.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. So here, as the topic given, we have to speak about the MVP. So before to that, let me just connect my screen. So hope the screen is visible to everybody.
It is visible.
Yeah. So today's objective would be to firstly, I would like to introduce both of us. Like I am Prashant Ranjan from manager Atal Incubation Center, Banaras Hindu University. So we sit in the middle of Banaras Hindu University and have a center which assists the aspiring and the budding entrepreneurs in setting up their startup. So, and along with me is Mr. Sagar Anand. He is a lawyer by profession and a legal expert. And along with that, he has an incubated startup at Atal Incubation Center, Banaras Hindu University. So we both will be speaking today and will be clearing some of the doubts regarding the MVP. So what is MVP? While speaking MVP, the question comes to our mind, what is it? And how we can construct it, and what are the consideration that is required to build an MVP. So MVP, if it is elaborated, is minimum viable product. So like everybody might be understanding what is a product. So by speaking minimum viable product, what does we mean? So it is if like we have identified a problem and we are working to provide that solution, so that can be considered a product, whether a product or a service that we will be working. So in terms of an entrepreneur, the minimum product that can attract customer is called the minimum viable product. Okay. So moving ahead, as explained, minimum viable product. So we have products that every solution has a every problem has a solution, and the solution itself is a product, and the product which comes out of a problem has some potential in it of getting commercialized. So once we have that minimum list of categories that can be available for customers in terms of commercialization or in terms of their responses, that is called the minimum viable product. So why do we need a minimum viable product, and how we can decide the features of the minimum viable product, and how we can validate, and what after doing that. So as we know that the product that we are defining should have some core values in it. So a product which is the new version of new product which allows a team to collect the maximum amount of validating learning about customers with the least effort. This is the quote given by Eric Rice. So the product that we are trying to build should have, suppose we are taking the example of Ola. So what is the minimum viability? there the entrepreneur thought about of bridging the gap that people are unable to commute properly. So they thought that we can provide a solution to that so that they can just at their fingertips can book a ride and can get commuted to any place wherever they want. So this is the minimum viability of that problem was, and based on that they gave the solution is the app or the service of Ola. Then comes the testing. So if we have defined the problem, we have the solution, then we need to get it tested. So they tested in a small set of people, and once they found that it is working, they move ahead with a greater plan. So this is the process of defining a minimum viable product. So what are the features? We should identify the minimum, the basic that we need to address. Okay. So we should have a good plan and a solid strategy that should be based on a market research. So we should have some survey, some data background, so that we can focus on that. So these are the criteria that can help in setting up our MVP. So once we go through this, like the survey, the market exploration, we find certain set of details, and once we work on that, we get the solution and the product available. The goal of customer discovery is to test your understanding of the customer problem and see if your solution will prompt him to buy the product based on the important feature alone. So what it is said, it is the goal of the customer discovery is to test your understanding. So once you go into the market, you get some primary and the secondary data, and based on that you develop some understanding that okay, this is the thing that is not working, and this is the problem. If I focus on this problem, probably I would be able to get some solution which would be giving some relief to the existing said domain customer, and would be providing a commercialized product, that the product that could be commercialized, and thus you give the solution. Okay. Early adopters love to use MVP, tailor the initial product to satisfy their needs. If not, one thinks your MVP is interesting or sufficient, iterate or pivot with qualitative until they say yes. What does this mean? It means sometimes you identify a set of solution that you think is the MVP, but from the customer's point of view, they don't feel it the same way. They feel it that you are providing is not that much helpful for them. So what you need to do? You need to give up your plan, or you need to move further. So the solution is you need to get some more details and pivot your product or your MVP so that it fits into the yes category of the customer. So keep on pivoting, keep on researching, and until and unless it is useful for the given condition, then only you will be able to define a good MVP. So MVP defines the solution and eliminates the product scope creep. So if and only if no customer can be found for most important features of the MVP, bring customers additional features, request to the productive development team. So if the customer is not getting it that much interesting, you can connect with your team and you can work on that. So to add some more features. So more addition of the features will bring some interesting things that would be needful for the customers. Okay. Features request to an MVP and exception and iteration rather than rule. So iteration is the most key the criteria of defining the MVP. The goal of the MVP is to build the smallest feature set. So you need to focus on the basic or the smallest feature set, because if you are taking too many specifications, then it would be too much complicated for you to work on that, and you would be confused or the solution that you would be providing would not be in any sense providing that much value to the customer. So you need to be simple enough so that you can address the smallest feature set and work on that to provide the solution for that. So as I've explained the example of Ola, you can consider any of the products, Zomato, Swiggy, Apple. So whatever you consider, the basic intention, if you consider Amazon, the basic intention was to provide, initially it was started in 90s. So the Amazon was initially launched for book selling. So that was the only, they thought of the developing a platform that could provide books to their customers on a single click and platform. And then they addressed the solution at that very particular time in 90s. It was a very interesting and new feature that people could buy books online and can have that thing. So once they started, many competitors came in and they got pivoted, and now the Amazon is one of the biggest brand in logistics, and also they are working in if you might have heard about AWS, they are working in servers and other things also. So these are the examples. So how to decide features in an MVP? That comes to our mind. So less is more in MVP development. What does that mean? You have to identify the simplest or the basic set of specification and have to work on that. Don't take too many things in your hand. Otherwise, the solution that you are trying to give won't be that much applicable. So pick up the simplest thing, just provide the solution for that. The most boring feature is the most important one. So as it is here, the example is given of the Instagram. So the uploading part takes time, and it is the most boring thing that anyone could want to have. So developed it into an interesting thing that you can customize your picture by changing its color, contrast. You can tag whatever the things, and the process becomes interesting and the innovating. So the person gets involved into that and forgets that the time of that thing is taking. The path of least resistance, minimize friction. Suppose if I'm giving you a form of 10-15 pages, so would you be able to read it, or you want to fill it? You will be feeling bored, or you will be feeling disgusted. So just try to keep the process simplified, the path simplified. Just to make it user friendly. So by saying user friendly, you may consider the Windows this interface. It is too much user friendly if you compare it to the other other operating systems. Unix and Linux, if you consider from that, the Windows is very much simple. So just try to keep the path simple as much as you can. Then think the scarcity, demand versus supply. So it is always, in any case, the main core solution is demand versus supply. Whatever the demand is, you have to supply that. So just keep working on that. Then focus on closing the loop for the user. So just try to focus your, just if you are providing any solution, so any problem is an open-ended. So once you provide the solution to it and it addresses to that problem, it becomes the closing loop. So just try to, here it is given the example of Uber app. The person who wants to book, go to a certain place, has about how I will go. Then Uber driver comes in, this app comes into play, and the person books the app, and then he commutes, and then the driver gets the incentive or that payment, and the person is committed. So and once you have defined the MVP, you might be working on that. It would be addressing the solution, but after some time, you get certain feedbacks, because the solution was based on the minimum viability. So once you address that, the set of people will get attracted towards it. They will show their interest, but after using that product or service, they will give their feedback, because based on their behavioral, and then psychological, psychographic, and all that parameters, they will give their feedback. So keep getting all those feedback and then work on that feedback along with your MVP, and then iterate, refine it. And once you get it refined with blending all those feedbacks, it will turn into a more interesting product. So that is what Ola has done. They have introduced that once you get into the car, you will get a mobile or laptop tab. Sorry, yeah, tab. In that you can play your music, your serial. You can watch till the time you are enjoying. So they found that once the customer gets into the car, some of them are professional, they get involved into their work, some are busy with their mobile, but many of them are there, those who don't find anything interesting in that, because they have been going to the same route daily. So what they introduce this sort of feature that gets them engaged, so that they can feel a value from that. Have a number of things that you get from that feedback and incorporate those things, so that you to make that MVP into a qualified potential product. So you need, as I explained, you need to work on the killer metrics that inspires user to come back. So you need to, as in this example of fact.com is given, it is a logistics portal. So from there you can get exclusive products. So this is one of their USP. So you need to build up your USP based on the refining and iterating your MVP. So, and if your MVP is not working, get it pivoted. You need to work on it. If I'm giving the example of one of our incubators. So they used to run a chain of a startup that helps the students and other people getting the hostels. So once during this lockdown, the hostel business came to a halt. So they found that this solution is not working for them. So what they decided? They found that in this hard time, hospitals are the things that can be tapped. So they pivoted from hostels to providing stays to the students to providing stays to the patients and their dependents, the attendants. So they pivoted in that way, and now they are getting good responses, and they are also open to the students as well. But since they felt that this was the need of the hour, they pivoted. So this is the main core idea of developing an MVP. Okay, and while doing that, you need to be open and try to be patient and get feedbacks and learn from them. As much as you will grasp and learn and incorporate, the more you will be able to develop your MVP. So this was the thing that was from my side. And now I would like to ask Mr. Sagar Anand, so that he can share his experience, how he defined his MVP, how he moved ahead, and how he is doing. So over to him.
Thank you, Prashant sir. Myself Sagar Anand, and I have founded a company, Cleverso Skills India Private Limited, and it is an incorporated company and recognized startup. And right now we are incubated at AIC BHU. So in late 2018, we have founded this company with an idea, but after like 1.5 years, we changed our idea.
So just a small interruption. What was the gap that you identified? How did you develop your MVP?
At first, I feel many time problem while I want to book courier services. So I have no clue that what is the comparative rates and where couriers are located throughout the city. They are scattered throughout the city. So nearby my house, there is one DTDC courier agency. So usually I go there and just give them packet and book that. I don't know what is the rate of DHL and other companies. So I just got an idea. Why not we can bring all this courier company on a one app, on a single platform. So I just started working towards it, and then I bring all those companies like DHL, Blue Dart, uh, other courier companies like Delivery. So after that, a customer can enter PIN code
So you
from
you
and
mean to
to.
say that you found that people are getting troubled because of standing in the queue and
Yeah, and
so
standing and couriers are scattered throughout the city. Like if one office is located at Lanka, other office is located at Pandepur, some offices of other companies located at Sigra.
okay.
So for a booking one packet of courier, I cannot move like throughout the city and compare from here to there. So I started this thing, and it's just like a courier aggregator, just like Ola, just like Zomato, just like Swiggy. So they just bring down all the restaurants on a single platform. So after that thing, if a customer want to book their courier, they just enter PIN code from and to, like from Varanasi 221010 to Delhi 110009. After that, the customer can get this courier companies are available in your cities, and for this category of weight, these are their rates, these are their user ratings. So now you can check, you can click on the favorite courier company whichever you like, and these are the delivery times. So you can, like, if you have to save money and you can give extra time for delivery, you can choose the cheaper one. So like if you book DTDC, it is costlier than other courier company. So if you book DTDC, one guy will come to your point and collect the courier book at the same doorstep, and then take it, and final courier booking is done there. So this was my first idea. Yes, sir.
Yes. So how then you realize that the people get the problem that they need to get the comparison of the rates. And if I'm booking a small envelope, it is okay for me. But if I have to book a weighted courier, so I need to get that quotation because that the
Yeah.
rate fluctuates from the company to company,
Yeah.
and moving there will be a problem. So you developed the app that is an aggregator for all the companies. It will on putting your PIN code from source to destination, it will show all the details of the pricing details of the companies of that particular weight category.
Initially, I have only this type of idea that I have to compare rate and delivery time and user ratings, that which courier is good. But after that, that was my minimum viable product because my startup was a bootstrap.
Okay.
I have no much fundings, and I am not backed by like any funding institutions. So initially, I used my own fund. I used to work in Supreme Court and earn there, and then I invested my money in this field. So I started that app with a very small feature, like 2 or 3 features. And then after gradually, I came to know that like customer need this type of thing, customer need this type of like commercialization,
So
like
feedbacks you receive.
book now, pay later type. Like we have some loyal customers, they can register themselves, and we can provide them credit. So they are using right now, and they are not like 15 to 20 features right now. They are going on it.
Yes. So you incorporated the feedbacks and you
Yeah.
developed it and refined it.
First I just got an idea. Then I talk with my customers. I usually visit many courier offices and stand outside their offices to talk with customers. And the same feedback I get, whatever I was thinking about that. Then I launched that product because launching early.
Exactly.
Yeah, main point is like how soon you can launch the product. Because in a startup, if you are thinking about it and you have invested your money and someone already copied it, and they have a good amount of money to invest, so you can easily throw out of that market. So launching quickly is a good benefit. After that, I get initial customers, and I think till 1 year, I have only 1,000 customer, 1,000 and 1,011, no 100 customer overall. So I just got their feedback frequently. I usually call them like, sir, how is your experience? What do you need extra a part of these things? So getting feedback is like refining my product. And from that, I was started earning from this product. I started investing again. And then after they need this thing, I was adding. So at initial time, MVP is very much crucial, and it is like I have many idea. There is a lot of idea in my mind, but I have no money, so it is of no use. But I can validate my idea and I can launch my idea through a minimum viable product. That is why MVP is required. Yes, sir.
So, what currently you are doing, as you said that it has been 1 year. So, how that product has, is it the same or it has?
No. We have just like we are in talk with many other courier companies, and DHL is like joining our platform. DHL for international parcels, because there is a many thing while you book international parcel, you have to get it clear by customs. So we are adding that features, and I think over 2 months, customer will get that features too. So after that, I got realized that there is a big problem in Dakgar post office. There is a long waiting queue, and they are like strict jacket formula type timing. They cannot like book after 4 p.m., but the timing is for 5 p.m. So I thought that when we can access ATM at any time, why cannot we can access like booking of postal and other articles at any time? So I just got that thought, and I started talking with the local postmasters. Then I approached Dakghar, Dak Bhavan, head office Delhi, and they were very much excited. And right now we are working on that automatic postal machine APM. So it will like you can book your address and everything from app, and then after you can choose one time slot, and at that given time you can visit post office, and that machine will be installed outside the post office, like railway station, airport, bus stand, anywhere, just like ATM, and it will not like a very big machine. So in that case, we have no queue issue, we have no waiting time issue, we have no like strict time formula issue, and we can book it from ourselves.
Okay. So you got that data feedback from the your existing market, that as you must be seeing that the people are standing in the queue. So you identified the problem, and on working on that, you developed a portal or a system that could ease out in booking their packages in
Yes.
India Post.
Yeah.
And through that, you develop that picking up machine that you installed with the post office.
Right now, I am in the process of developing minimum viable product for automatic postal machine, because it will cost like 50 lakhs to 1 crore for developing a full-fledged automatic postal machine. So I just got the thought from Facebook, because in initial stage, Facebook have a less revenue and less investment. So they started in 500,000 rupees. They started their adding photo, adding video, and liking just only. So after that, they added comment and share things when they got popularized.
Okay. So anything else you want to add?
No, it's like if someone has any question, we can answer.
Participants, if you have any questions, please ask. Manish, Mahima, Neeraj. आधे घंटे का लेक्चर था बस. Participants.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, we are open for that.
Sir, I want to ask that many startups come and they have started and they produce the products and they get vanished due to the market loss and the market visibility. So what would be your advice to all those startups that how should they face these difficult times, as many startups produce those type of products?
So, have you completed?
Yes, sir.
No, I could not be able to understand.
Okay. So I got the point. You are asking that many entrepreneurs find the solution, they have developed a product, but after some time they are not able to survive in this
Yes, sir.
competition.
Yes.
So this is the particular thing that is to be done. While once your MVP is based on the existing problems, the gap that you are identifying. So even though there are different companies, there are different products, still there is a scope to get some innovative thing out of the gap. Since that you need to identify. So if you are the concerned person from that field or that from industry or that area, you would be identifying that gap. So based on that identification, you need to develop the solution that is innovative in nature and should address the needs of the customer. Okay. Until and yeah, Sagar.
One thing I would like to add, the main thing is why they failed. The problem is that they don't follow the formula. They just like jumped into the market. Before jumping and before entering in the market, you have many things to like work out. First, you have to like validate your idea.
Exactly.
Just get market survey done, and do not like create any solution from your own mind. Just talk to your customer, learn their thoughts, implement it, and then after create a valuable idea,
And
like valuable product.
in between, if you are feeling that customers are not showing interest, you need to add on new features. You need to innovate it more so that it becomes more meaningful and more interesting for the customers. Then you will be able to attract and you will be able to stand in the this ongoing competition.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
So and revision is the key important factor.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Any other question from the side of participants? Hopefully not a problem because it's a little bit technical also. But thank you, Prashant ji, and thank you, Sagar Anand ji, for your valuable time, and thank you, participants, for your valuable time and patience. Myself, Manish Arora, Coordinator, Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell, Institutions Innovation Council, Banaras Hindu University. Thank you all of you for today's presentation. Hopefully, we will again meet Mr. Prashant and Mr. Sagar Anand for any further program. Thank you, everyone.